So welcome everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you, no matter which part in the world you are. And welcome to the showcase event for the Scalable Art project by Endorse as part of NFT Vision Hack. And tonight we're going to take a look at the 17 best projects that have made the cut and made it to this final round. And I think in order to be here, I think you already had a 33% chance. So there were around 50 projects that were competing for this track. So already congratulations to all of you for making it this far. And as you know, there will be 3 projects that will be competing for the final prizes for this track. And we will announce the winners only on our award ceremony, which will be held on September 21st at also 1 p.m. UTC. So save the date and get the calendar, calendar entry RSVP for that date. I think we also have put a link on the general channel in Slack. So you or just ping us if it's not there. We'll definitely send you the invite for that event in time. And yeah, so first of all, I would also like to welcome our judges. Maybe they could quickly turn on the video and say hello here. So first and foremost, with us here, we have Gaurang Torvikar, who is the CEO and co-founder of Endorse. Hey, Gaurang, how are you?
Hey, hi everyone. I can't turn on my video. Got some problems with internet, unfortunately. But hi, I'm Gaurang. I'm the CEO and co-founder. I'll be looking mostly at the technical aspects and also the scalability aspects from a technical perspective.
Perfect. Good to have you here with us, Gaurang. Then next we have Avadut Kulkarni, who is the CMO and also co-founder of Endorse. Hey, Avadut, how are you today?
Hello, I'm good. I'm not able to start my video because the host has stopped it. Okay, anyway, I'm quite excited to be here. Looking forward to take a look at some amazing projects. And congratulations to everyone, by the way. This has been a good milestone for you to reach, and all the best in your journey ahead.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Now I've allowed everyone to share their video if they want to do so. Then next we have Eddie Travia, who is the CEO of Coinsilium. Can you hear me, Eddie? Connecting to sound. Okay, we cannot hear you if you say something, Eddie.
Yeah, maybe it's internet issues, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Might be either.
You can hear me? Yeah.
Yes. Hey, we can hear you. How are you tonight? Okay, there's a bit of a lag when you talk. It's hard to...
Yes, looking forward to seeing all the great projects for this track NFT art. Very timely, and I'm sure they're very interesting concepts. So really looking forward.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here with us today. Next, we've got Erica Kang, who's the founder and CEO of CryptoSoul. Erica, can you hear me?
Hi, can you see me?
Yes, we can. How are you tonight?
Yeah. Good. How are you? Hello. My name is Erica King. I'm the CEO and founder of CryptoSoul, and right now it's nighttime, so sorry for the informal background. But yeah, I'm really glad to be here and to be looking at amazing projects in the NFT space. So yeah, it sounds really promising. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah,
thank you for being here with us tonight. And last but not least, we have Aniket Jindal, who is the founder of Biconomy. Aniket, can you hear us?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thanks a lot for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I'll be looking mostly from the Biconomy angle, how we can simplify the transaction journey and like implement gasless transactions into your project. And secondly, we do have a couple of grants as well. So any good project, from bioeconomy angle, we'd love to sponsor the grant.
Ah, perfect. Didn't even know that. That's fantastic. Great to have you here with us, Aniket.
Thanks,
And
man.
I see Malcolm Palle has also joined us here just now. He's also another judge. Malcolm, how are you today?
Hi, Richard. Apologies, I was muted there. Very well, thank you. Joining you from Gibraltar. Everything good.
Perfect. Malcolm Palle, the chairman of Consilium, blockchain investment company from London. And yeah, there we go. I think we are ready to start. So I'll just give a quick introduction on how it's going to work tonight. We have 17 teams that are going to present. Each team is given 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we give you a sign that we ask you to stop, right? Might finish your sentence or, like if there's something important, right? We give you like another 10, 15 seconds maybe, and then it's time to stop. And then we open the floor to the judges. The judges may be asking you a few questions in regards to your projects, how you have done that. And this should also probably not take more than 2 to 3 minutes. And that's it. We have a few more projects when we expected in this final round. That's why we had to cut down your time, your presentation time. But it's maybe also not bad that we give you 2 minutes, because then you really have to focus on the most essential part, the most important part when it comes to presenting a solution, right? What are the judges looking at tonight? I think we have a few things, right? A few judging criteria. They all been presented with a judging sheet. So they're looking at a few things, right? We have the expertise, implementation, originality, scalability, and the way you present or your presentation. So it's a few things you're going to be judged on. The judges have also been given your videos, your GitHub repositories, your presentations, as well as your prototypes, in case you had prototypes, right? Some of you had prototypes, and we'll also be looking at them, right? They have an entire week to judge, but obviously, like most of it will also come from tonight's event where they'll be seeing you. With that said, and without further ado, I would say we start with the first project by the name of NFT Tinder or NF Tinder. And we have Vijay Taylor here with us tonight.
Hi.
Hey, Vijay.
Hi, how are you?
Happy to be here with us.
Thanks.
And yeah, I would say the stage is yours, and we are looking forward to NF Tinder.
Thank you very much. Just let me set myself up here for 1 second, and I'll start. I'll share my screen with you. Here it is. All right. Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. So let's start then. Hi, my name is Taylor. I would like to present our NF Tinder app. Many people hear about the crazy prices of NFT art, but they miss a very important part of the story. NFT avatars represent community, and this is what the NF Tinder app is all about. In that light, we partnered with Women in Blockchain Talks community, headed by Lavinia Osborne, to create their 2-year anniversary community NFT avatar collection. We are operating as a distributed autonomous organization and going to use the Rarible protocol to share royalties for each NFT sale between our design and development team and the community. The UI works like Tinder. Swipe left to discard, swipe right to save in your favorites. The artwork is generated on the fly as you use the app. Once you favorite an item, it is saved to your profile on Firebase and to IPFS using nft.storage API. Refer to it as the mining stage. Now let me tell you a little bit about our creative process. Nabil took a broken CryptoKitties clone project and upgraded it to a working condition. This gave us a base system that can compose different body parts into a creature. Lavinia ran a poll amongst her community members, and they decided to go for a butterfly avatar to represent their community. Dana designed a simple gene taxonomy of 16 forewings, 16 hindwings, 4 body types, and 4 different antennas. This gave us 4,096 possible butterfly prototypes. Next, I developed an algorithm that rotates 213 possible color palettes on the RAL color wheel for each body part. This resulted in 1.8 quadrillion possible unique butterfly combinations from just 500 kilobytes of SVG data. So we welcome you to visit women.artwork.rocks and swipe right for your favorite butterfly.
Yeah, fantastic. Have to check that out later. Great presentation. Thank you so much, Vijay. And yeah, so I would now ask our judges if they have any questions, right? It might be that you don't have any questions, then we can obviously directly move on to the next projects. If you have questions, you can, and you're free to ask them now to Vijay.
Hey Vijay, Gaurang here. So yeah, first of all, a great project and love the artwork. My only question is, how does the Tinder aspect come in here? So why do we have swipe left and right here?
Well, it's the UX, of course. You swipe right and left with your finger on the mobile. You can also do it on the PC if you have a touch screen. We also put these 2 buttons here.
Sorry, what happens if I swipe right, for example? What happens after that?
Okay, so if you swipe right, which is the like, the heart, yeah,
okay, then it generates.
Then it will save to IPFS and to your profile on Firebase.
Okay.
That's what we do at the moment, and we are already working on some more functionality that is in development right now, and you will be able to pay for the minting as well and have the avatar under your possession on the blockchain. But at the moment, we're already saving to IPFS.
How do you make sure that the avatar that I'm seeing is not minted by someone else? So do you have a functionality where you can do that?
Well, first of all, as I said, the possible combinations here are practically endless. So, I mean, the chance that you're going to get the same avatar is like very close to 0. Okay, I'm browsing here and generating them in real time as we speak. Okay, and beyond that, we are registering all of the genes in the process of putting them on the blockchain. So just like Avastars is working, each of the avatars will have all of its features written in the name when it's being minted. So practically there will be no duplication.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks.
No problem.
Great. So if there are no further questions, I think we can move on to the next project.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Vijay. All right, moving on to the second project in line. Let me just open my sheet here. I have the overview. Okay, that's not this. Okay, here we go. Okay, as next we have NFT SaaS by Ranjan Dailata. Ranjan, are you here with us? Ranjan, you might be on mute. You might want to unmute yourself. I think we cannot hear you. Ranjan, now we can hear you.
Hello everyone. I am Ranjan Dailata, the creator of the modern NFT and highly scalable SaaS-based artwork. So let me quickly show you how this thing works. I have a collection of generators around 10 generators. So right now I am presenting in 1 of 10. So currently considering this modern art, it is having a 10 set of triads that you are seeing here with a unique background that is generated using a genome color coding standards. So this is about me. I work as a solutions architect. I'm a sole single developer who came up with this project. So modern art, so it's a highly scalable and algorithmic way of generating this artwork. So it's designed from the ground up, including the visual art, and it is targeted with the specific triads. And it is having a super rich and customizable backgrounds. And you can extend these things by yourself if you would. And these are generated using predefined, that's called a base SVG images. So coming to the high level architecture, so we have this thing. First is the idea. So we gather idea from the marketplace and from the well-known NFT artwork like CryptoPunks, Hashmarks, or avatars. And we build a digital art using a set of tools. So I'm using GIMP, Inkspace, and Blender. A Magica Voxel, that is as a trial I did for 3D NFT artwork. And then we create an NFT artwork using something called NFT Art Generator. That's the project I came up with, and it is having a series of generators. Currently, I came up with 10 generators. And this is about the technology. I have used C#.NET as a primary technology. All these NFTs are minted. So I came up with the indoors NFT. And then these images are being minted, and these are being saved on IPFS using NFT storage. So this is a website you can see currently, the Modern Art on Fleek. Even the website is also hosted on IPFS. So it is deployed on Ropsten network, and these are already minted, and you can buy this thing. Let me show you quickly the code. So these are the
I think we don't have much time. Maybe very quick, 10 seconds over the code.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a very nice generator you built. Yeah.
Sure. Let me quickly run the Modern Art generator. So let us say you are interested in generating maybe 50 or 100 or several thousands. So you can generate this thing. So I'm just executing this, hitting generate is.
So I think Ranjan has built a tool that everyone can use if they want to generate modern art. And I think he has also shared or made that tool publicly available and shared the link with everyone on Slack. Correct, Ranjan?
Yeah, that's correct. So as you are seeing here, these NFT artworks.
I think we need to stop now, to be fair to everyone, Ranjan. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you.
But we see how the art is generated, right? And I would like to then give it to the, we see it generating, fantastic. And yeah, I would like to give it to the jury if there are any questions. That's okay to have no questions, it's all good. If there's no questions, then we can just move on.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ranjan. Great project. Great. Coming to our next project, being Ingredients by Devesh Desai. Devesh, good evening.
Here, hi. And this is our first hack. This is Sham and me. So we'll start with the film first. Sham, can you share the screen?
Yes, I have shared my screen. Are you all able to see my screen? It might
Yes.
be black screen.
Yes, we can.
Sure. Let me play the video.
There's no sound.
No sound. We cannot hear sound.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. And now we'll go to the PowerPoint where we'll show you how these things were done. Shyam?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So can you go on to the next one? Okay, next. Sorry. Yeah, so these can be scaled, to infinity, and next. Yeah, so we have these over here. Yeah, 8 of 16, 12 of 16, 16 of 16, and next, Shyam. And these were the traits. There were these 16 pair of eyes. Next, Shyam. Next. These mouths. Colors. Okay, and if you click on this, yeah. Oh. Shyam?
Sorry, just a second. I'm just sharing
All good.
Google Chrome. Yes.
Yeah, so here you can see that you can really create some close to 49,000 random angrillions. Right?
Perfect.
So
based on the combination of the eyes, the mouth, and the colors, correct?
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah, fantastic. Great job. Very, very simple, but a new concept.
This is the first hack, so we kind of goofed up on,
Great solution. Do we have any questions from the jury?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
So good presentation, Devesh and Shyam. So this one says you can scale it up to 49,500, but in the first or second sentence you said you can scale it to infinity. So I'm just a bit confused about.
No, I mean it can because right now, I mean, these were just done through a set of close to 16 angrillions. So if need be, we can really, I mean, scale that to even 30, 40, and through those, I mean, you can really scale it up. So yeah.
Yes. So I'll add on to that from a code perspective, right? So currently we are only using defined colors and defined shades. So say if you want to scale it to infinity, we can actually use a hex color generator script, which will give you all the gamuts of the colors, and we can generate like that many angrillions. We are using SVG images, and on runtime we are assigning the colors. The base creatives are in white and black, right? So we can with the code we can create any number of combinations.
Okay.
So
the question, I didn't quite get the backstory because the video sound didn't work and I was sort of waiting for the sound to come in. So is there, I mean, what's the connection with the angry side of the aliens? I can see they're quite rude, but what's the, and how does this
Yes. So the way it goes is that we just found out that being nice in life doesn't really pay much, you know. So if you're rude and if you're angry, it'll help you a lot. And that's why we just felt that the angry aliens were, you know, the best way to showcase that. Yeah, and then you have this rare thing. Next.
Yeah.
So these will be GIFs. And then the last.
Okay. Right.
All right.
Are they all as rude as each other, or some?
No, they're all rude.
Are some more angry than others, or are they all as angry?
Well, some of them are a little, you know, I mean, more rude, but more or less. I mean, they don't really smile much, and yeah.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic project. Great job, guys. I love the legendary animated aliens. And yeah, with that said, thank you very much for sharing, Sam. And you can stop sharing now. And then we are starting to move on to our next project, which is a multimedia project by Sid Parida. Hey, Sid. Sid, can you hear us?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Is my video audible, is like visible as well?
Yes, you're visible, you're audible, all good.
Let me just share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go ahead and start. Hey everybody, we are Source Squad, a combination of a film student, a music producer and developer, and a game design student. And the idea was to build a platform for everyone for hypnagogic experiences, the dreamlike state between sleep and wakefulness, where Einstein and Dali have been inspired by the likes of the same. Now, there's a lot of text here, but let's focus on the poem. In the poem itself, there are 4 pink boxes. Each box represents a visual. What we wanted to do was take those visuals and bring them into different mediums of expression. Let's start with this line. Malleable, wavering, smoothing my edges, but my soul comes in threes. Nakia, our designer, our painter, did a beautiful job of illustrating it, but we wanted to do was color it using AI. How do you do it? Well, take the tree element. Now, you can use OpenAI's VQGAN and OpenAI Clip to take the lines of the poem and then basically generate an art piece from it, this one. But then I wrote some custom scripts, combined the tree element and the art piece and PyTorch, because why not? And then you end up with this, a beautiful work. But then you bring all of the other elements together in a similar fashion, and you end up with this art piece. And finally, I went on to use some Google music generation tools and my own skill sets to make a small soundtrack. The link is in the slide itself. And we also used GPT-3 to generate some storylines, and Anuj, our videographer, took that and built like a very small short script and a video out of it. And then this is how that ended up. But how do you deploy, scale, and produce it? Well, our idea is to build a platform where anybody can come in, propose an idea, and then you can collaborate with other artists to bring that hypnagogic experience into different mediums. Generative AI can be inbuilt into the whole process, and this is the stack that we'll use without kind of going into detail. And finally, why? Artist therapy and a collaborative process for a lot of people, which I think leads to a lot of positive in our planet and beyond. And the more you connect, the more I think you stay happy. And with that, thank you to all the sponsors, to the other participants, to the moderators, and I will take any queries or any conundrums.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sid. Fantastic project. Really love what you have done there. Right, it's very unique and very interesting. Yeah, over to our jury. Any questions?
Sid, I have a quick question. First of all, the art looks amazing. and the way you have used OpenAI and PyTorch is really cool. My question is, what is the turnaround time, right? So for example, if Richard comes on your platform and he says he wants to make some art, so from him coming to the platform to getting the art generated, how long does it take?
Okay, beautiful question. I'll just go a slide back to kind of explain that. So the 6 pieces you see here, they were generated in like, I don't know, an hour, maybe. The idea here being that you input some text and you automate the whole process from the text onto the artwork. The part where humans come in is aesthetic guidance, because I think moving forward, that's where we will play a big part. It's going to be moot and kind of a futile endeavor, but I think that, hey, I'm just going to create the art by myself. It's much better to collaborate with human. I call that transcendence. And I think that would be a beautiful story to tell for many, many years to come as we move forward as humanity.
Great, thank you.
Yes. Do we have any more questions?
I have one short question. This is Erica. I really love the project, and I think the part where it's like therapeutic, I think that really hits me, my heart. But yeah, I just wanted to know like how, if this were to be displayed in like a form, for example, a marketplace or something, if it's readable for any, how would the poem also be displayed, or like how would you vision this being like represented, like in the form of only the art, or is it going to be like all in like in one form somehow? And like just curious about like how it's going to be displayed. Yeah, thank you.
See, as you asked the question, my mind is racing with ideas. And the way I see it is you can create a short video. You can have the poem in the comment section. You can literally turn the comment section into a visual piece where, as people are writing comments and adding onto the poem, the things, more art gets generated. And overall, I see that as an NFT, just using the ERC721 protocol, maybe on a platform like OpenSea or Rarible or some other marketplace. But at the end of it all, I think the presentation should rely on the artist's hand, and we should have different options so that the art creator themselves, in some years, the art creator themselves might just be an AI, right? So it could go multiple ways. But I think NFT has the final packaging, but being presented as a GIF or some sort of a combination of a video where you have the poem and everything else together is the way to go.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello?
Yeah, I think that's...
Sorry, I was mute. What I said, fantastic job there, Sid. Great presentation, great work. Please ping us once your platform is live. I would love to try it out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. With that said, thanks for sharing. We're moving on to the next presenter. I think you can stop sharing your screen now. Yeah, great. Next team is Grapheme NFT. I think we have Tomo here and DC and Sri with us tonight. Can you hear me, Tomo?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yes, we can. Good evening.
Good evening. So let me try sharing my screen, and then I'll show you this presentation. Hold on.
Yep, no problem. Take your time.
Okay, do you see the presentation now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. All right. So this project called Grapheme. Grapheme is just a reference to basically a linguistics term talking about, you can think of it as a glyph or a letter. And so the inspiration comes from what you see here, which is ASCII art. ASCII art, you can still see ASCII art today, but it was more popular, many years ago. It's a very text-based form of art. It was common when, even when before what we think of as the normal kind of Windows type of UI was becoming more common. Before that, it was just text. So there were artists back then, even today, who were making art in this kind of style that you see here. And that was basically the inspiration for this project. So yeah, basically we built an app that uses random numbers. So it's completely generated. Instead of taking the other approach where you kind of draw a bunch of attributes and variations and then kind of match them up, instead our algorithm is a little bit different. So first of all, like, this is what it looks like when you log in. But to use it, what you do is you click the roll the mint button, and that will give you 6 letters. And what you kind of see kind of chopped off are the tops of, well, you can barely see 6 of them. And that's 6 at a time. And they'll be generated on demand. So when you click the button, they come up randomly based on the most recent block. So it doesn't take any other data into account. It's coming off of the blockchain and then saving data onto the blockchain. So when you do that, then not all of them are going to look maybe appealing or the way that you want them to look. So you might pick through the ones that you do like, and I guess I'll show you a little bit more how you might determine like which ones you want to keep. But if you do keep one, well, it's called claiming. So you then claim one of them, you just click the claim button, give it a name, and then that will then do another transaction. And then that NFT, I mean, these are all NFTs, but the NFT that you claim will then, have a name and some more metadata. So
I think we need to slowly come to an end. Sorry for that.
Okay, sorry. So all of that then combines into what we call the word display, I guess, or the studio. So you take all of those letters that you claimed earlier, and then you combine them, and then you can change their position in order to create a word. And then you end up with something that looks kind of like a variant of the kind of ASCII art logo text style that you saw earlier. So this is something that, instead of using a profile face for your profile on social media, you might use something that's text-based anywhere that you might want to show text, whether it's like, on your website profile, like, in your bio or email.
Sorry to have to interrupt you, Tomo, but already a little bit over. Thank you so much for the presentation. Sorry that I have to do that. I just want to make sure that, we get to see every project here while we still fresh in mind. Thank you so much. Let me ask, are there any questions from the jury for Tomo? No questions.
A quick question, sorry. Now, can you show me the final art, like any example, how it looks like?
Sure. It was in, I don't know if you still see, the presentation.
Yeah.
Then at the bottom, right, there's two examples. So one that says NFT at the top, and then also another example at the bottom that spells out PHEME.
So will you like export this as a JPG or a PNG image and then store it as a NFT?
Yeah. So each individual letter is just a 32-bit number that gets randomly generated, and that goes into the onto the blockchain, into the contract as a value. But the words that you see here then are a reference to each letter, each token. So for example, NFT would reference three letter tokens and then the position, and then save that into metadata. That process will also generate an image and a PNG image, and then save that onto IPFS as well. So all of this is stored on IPFS, but so you get the pure raw text, just raw text data, but also a rendered image that you see there.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Tomo. Much appreciated. Love the presentation. Great job. And yeah, coming to our next project then, we have, let me check, Avatar X from Utkarsh Sharma and Simran. Utkarsh, good evening.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. How are you tonight?
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks for asking. Can you see my screen?
Yes, the stage is yours. Go ahead, please.
Sure. Hi, I'm one of the 2 members of Team The Misfits, and we have created another ASCII art-based NFT called Avatars X. So I think the project before us gave a good introduction about what ASCII art is. So here are some examples. And if you are into anything like coding and all, you have definitely seen examples of this either in READMEs or in the terminal outputs. So what we wanted to do was to bring this ASCII art into an avatar format. So let me jump onto our presentation. So what we have done is that we have used an open source library that outputs SVG files of different traits like clothing, eyes, skin tone, etc. And then we have used Python to convert those images into text and then add ASCII characters to it. And then finally, we are exporting these ASCII images as PNG that people can use as their avatars, the NFT as an avatar. So yeah, here's the process. So this is like the original avatar that can be created using the SVG files. So this is an open source library that helps us generate all these avatars. And we have selected the traits that we want to modify. And then we are using image processing in Python to convert it into the final ASCII art, which will look something like this on the right. So the library can generate up to 8 billion unique avatars. And to add on top of that, we have used a different, like a varied set of ASCII characters. So everything that you can see in the top row of your keyboard, we have used all of those, but each art does not use every single symbol out of those, all the symbols. So it is like a randomly selected set of a symbol. So for example, some art can use only the dollar and hash sign, whereas some can use all the signs. So it technically gives us an infinite number of possibilities, a near infinite number of possibilities. And it is really scalable. Like unlike algorithmic or GAN generated art, it took us only 3 minutes to generate 1,000 avatars X and 34 minutes to generate 10,000 of those. Yeah, that is it. I would like to show you a few samples that we have here. So you can see, and in our GitHub, we have exported over like 1,000 of these NFTs, which you can explore. And yeah, that's it from my side. I'm open to any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Utkarsh. Yeah, any questions? Okay, cool. I think it was very clear to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Utkarsh. Much appreciated. Have a good evening. And then coming to the next project, which is Polygons by, I have to say it, Bruce the Goose, right? I love that name. I also would love to hear a short story how you came to that name. How are you today, Bruce the Goose, or Bruce?
I'm doing all right.
Okay.
Real quick on how I came to that name was I used to go by Batman online for video games and stuff like that. And when I found NFTs, I wanted to get into doing YouTube and figured I couldn't be Batman and get monetized, and then figured I couldn't be Bruce Wayne either. So Bruce the Goose happened. Now it's written in the blockchain 1,000 times.
Love the name. Love the name. All right, and you're going to present us Polygons tonight or today?
Yeah. Let me just switch over to testnet here, so I can actually show you the stuff and share my screen. So Polygons is 8,883 humble farmers living on the Polygon blockchain. It's instead of just a collectibles project or just access to a quote unquote club, we are setting it up so that there will be a custom master chef where you stake your Polygoons NFTs to earn the Goons ERC20, which there'll be 8,000 available in the initial sale. And then there'll be 880 of the working name for those is Ultra Goons, which will be only obtainable through purchasing with the Goons coin. And then while we're like over the course of time, while people are farming the Goons coin, which will only be obtainable through farming, from MasterChef, to be able to get the Ultra Goons, we're going to be developing a Risk-style territory control game, which will also be reliant on staking NFTs to control the territories. And then from there, we plan to like develop it into a whole IP franchise. The contracts are disconnected from the front end at the moment because we're fixing them, but we did mint some on testnet. I gotta go to testnet OpenSea, right? I'll show you. They are all the metadata stored on IPFS. There's, I want to say, over 300 total traits that I've done a few of them myself, but mostly it was our artist Zach. He just didn't stop when he started. He was having fun. Okay, I don't know why I have a bunch of pandas on here. I don't know where people, all these testnet NFTs come from. We need to fresh the metadata. That would be a little screw here too. Overall, it's an attempt to leverage Polygon to like as a ecosystem where there's so much more experimentation possible because of the low transaction fees. B, do something more than just more avatars, because we're seeing 10 or 15 of those projects a day now. And then lastly, like do something that we think is sustainable for the long term and like reasonable goals. Like, not to say any of the recent avatar projects aren't going to do the things they say, but like a lot of them have. That there's a few of them that want to develop games, and they very well may be doing it, but I feel like it's a lot of time and a lot of effort to develop a game. Whereas something like that would be similar to Risk is probably a lot less resource and time intensive than something like 3D MMO, for example.
True. Perfect. Thank you so much, Bruce. So it's an entire upcoming game, and I also love that you brought in a little bit of the DeFi element here into your NFT play, where you can basically stake your polygoons, right, earn goons, and buy then the right. I think they're very special or legendary kind of later on polygoons. Great job. Any questions from our jury?
I have one, Bruce. So what are the traits of these goons? Just to name a few to start with. What have you thought about?
Yes, there's pants, shirts, hair, eyes, skin, species, however you want to figure it. Pets, some of them will get. There's like little dragons and cats and turtles and things like that some of them can have.
Okay.
Held items. And we're trying to work it out so that all of them will have one of 4 factions for the Risk style game, which will be hidden until afterwards or after the reveal of that, so that like it encourages trading instead of just flipping.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
We're trying to factor in having a possibility for them to get like a 1 to 10% increase on the yield generation.
Okay. Thanks.
Great. Perfect. Coming to Abhishek, I see you already turned on your video.
Hi, Richard. Hi, everyone.
How are you? And yeah, looking forward. I know, great project you have been working on.
Let me start. Yeah. Thank you, Richard. Let me start sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, we can see.
All right. Just give me a second. Yeah. So good evening to all. I'm Abhishek Sharma, representing Team AI Palette. Let's start with a quick story. I have a friend who is an abstract artist. What amazed me, how he sold 20 of his abstract as NFTs. This is one of them. Something triggered. I decided to create my own masterpiece. Result, this. I quickly understand that this cannot be sold. This is when I came across the idea of generative art, where you use neural networks to create different artworks. I decided to use a public data set of 8,000 abstract images. And the neural network that I use is big general adversarial network. And the model, I trained this model for 7 days. And here are some of the results. Do you see the woman in the centerpiece? She is one of my favorites.
I twisted enemies with neural networks, and here are some of the results. So this was my story, and I realized two things. If I can be an artist, anyone can be. Second, they need a platform to mint their dreams. This is what exactly AI Palette do. With set of edit features where you collect intelligent models to generate images to sell at our NFT marketplace with our native currency. The technology that I use for this project is blockchain, generative art, and deep learning. Finally, let's talk about the scalability of AI Palette. We have a sustainable model with multipliers to increase revenue, reach, and coverage as mentioned in the slide. Similarly, we have levers to reduce time, resources, and cost. Finally, the core value. We combine your creativity with our set of technology to create endless artwork. What I mean is, the journey of an artwork at platforms such as Bored Ape, CryptoPunk is created, minted, and stored. Whereas at AI Palette, it generates, mint, and sell. Generate, mint, and sell. That's why it's a new era of NFT. This is AI Palette. I am Abhishek Sharma. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. I think I know like you cut a lot of the stuff out of your presentation, which you showed us last week in our call. Obviously, there we had much more time, right? For all of you, he showed us these anime characters, right? And he showed us exactly how his model, was trained with, I think, 28 posts or whatever.
I use big general adversarial network to create these enemy characters. So I use a public data set of 60,000 enemy characters, and over that data set, I created a unique million enemy characters.
Exactly. So these are all
generated by artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence, which I was very impressed by, right? Obviously, you trained the model properly, but great job there, I must say.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Do we have any questions from the jury? No questions? All good? A very clear presentation. Thank you so much, Abhishek.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Then we come to our next project. So if you please could stop sharing, Abhishek. Next one in line is Tishatsu by, I hope I pronounce it correctly, Wipehalf. Also another Abhishek Chauhan, and Shreya Kaushal. Good evening, guys.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
Hey, very good. Who's going to present today?
Abhishek,
you are muted.
Yes, you have to unmute yourself, Abhishek. Okay.
Hello.
Perfect.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so we are Team Tishatsu, and I'll be presenting the project we made. Just a minute. Let me share my screen. Okay, so let's show. Okay, so is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I recently heard someone say, I want to be animated. I want to be cool like Johnny Bravo, cute like Looney Tunes, incredible like The Incredibles. I want to be animated. The metaverse is an exciting concept that will most likely shape our future. The giants are putting money into metaverse, while some worry that we may turn the world into Matrix. But there is also the human mind's curiosity, exploration, and the greatest promise of capitalism. And also we have Neo if something goes wrong. What exactly is Tishatsu? Tishatsu is a collection of cool, new age generative t-shirts ready to craft your identity in the metaverse.
with this project, we envision to become a metaverse fashion label, allowing people to create their own distinct digital identity. In the future, we are working on creating 3D assets of our generative wearables so people can use them in their preferred metaverse. We are also planning on bringing more designers on board so they can create one-of-a-kind designer wearables. We have designed milestones for Tishatsu. On 100 holders, Tishatsu t-shirt owners will be able to name their t-shirts. On 500 holders, we'll print and ship the real t-shirts. On 1,000 holders, we'll provide all assets for virtual t-shirts to be used in metaverse. Finally, NFT Vision Hack is a great opportunity to brainstorm some brilliant ideas, and we are resolute to taking this project to its goal and do our best. Thank you. That's it for my presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much, Abhishek. Pretty cool. I think, you know, like thinking definitely 2 steps ahead of most people, right? Creating already designer brands for the metaverses. Very cool, very cool. Any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, no questions. No questions. I think it was very clear. Thank you so much, Abhishek and team. Great job. And, you know, hope it will be a big success having those t-shirts in the metaverse. Let us know when you launch them. Might pick up 1 or 2. First designer brand I heard about for metaverses. All right. Great. Then we come to the next project, project Natural World. And hope I pronounced that correctly. Ellie Kolsani. Good evening.
Okay, hello, good evening, good afternoon.
Good evening. How are you?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. And we are Eliana and Munay, and we are part of a collective that wants to support artistic creation and culture. And for example, we work in different projects in our project in different countries. And our project that we are going to present is a natural world that we call Taphysica. And it is a generative art project, and it is a collection inspired to fractals, to painting, and nature. And so each NFT we created is generated by a union of painted image that we paint in watercolor and with coding. So there are 4 elements that are, as you can see in the deck, that are the 3 branches, the leaves colors, the hand painting, the ground, and the seed. And for now, we decided for the first step to create 1,018 NFTs. And so we can go to see the code. And our collection is built in processing with the implementation of random variables. So there are 2 parts. One part is created by us, that is the seed and hand painted background. And we are painting more and more background in time. And the other part is generated by the code. So we import the images in processing, and each time the image is composed by an image that is randomly chosen, the seed and the tree and the leaf color that is generated with the code. And so when it's charged, we can see some examples. Okay. By clicking, we change each time, and we can also save the image. And here are some examples. There are different shapes, different background, different colors. And so now we can go back to the deck. And I want to just to introduce that about the reward in the community, because we are thinking for the first step to accompany the first 100 trees with a seed, and this seed will generate a new tree. So this is a little reward for the first buyers. And we also want to develop a community around the project. So to create a token that will be given to the holders, and to give some benefits and rewards to all the persons who are holding the art. For example, like giveaways, like creating competitions, like of course the full commercial rights, and for example, about the token, it will be like a proof of membership and a reward as long as you hold the art. And to finish, we also created a little webpage to present the project and to share the information. And it's also, we have on the GitHub a link to videos. And we created a video that is more to explain the project, and the second video that is just a presentation of the art we created. And so they are available on YouTube. And for the moment, this is everything. So thank you very much again for the time, and I hope you like.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ileana. I think it's a cool concept, right? Combining a generative art with kind of the traditional art, right, where you draw something and just combine it all together, and full-fledged. So very cool. Great job there. Do we have questions? No question. It's okay. All good. I think it was very clearly explained. Thank you so much, Ileana. I think you can stop sharing your screen with us now, so we can move on to the next project. Perfect. Coming next is a project called Warriors by Mirsin Parma and Khushbu. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. So yeah, we are not two, we are 5 people. So yeah, anyways, I'll start presenting. Is the screen visible?
Yes, we can see. Thank you so much.
Okay, so NFTs are dumb. Okay. That's not me. That's the people whom I showed this headline. CryptoPunk sold for $11.7 million. And being from a blockchain background, I was intrigued by this. I did some research and I realized that most of the NFTs lack connection. They fail to provide meaning or connect with majority of the people. Now, what if Marvel created an NFT project for fan engagement? Or the community came together to create an NFT project around the current scenario of Afghanistan. Each NFT bought or sold will directly help raise funds for the needy. How about we create a gold standard for NFT projects that have story and connection? That's where we come in. We want to create a DAO-governed NFT project where anyone from any place of the world can participate or help create a community for other communities. I'd like to show the demo, just a second. Okay, so this is what we have created for the first generation. This is a generation-based project. Each generation is going to have a theme. For the prototype, we have created a project to portray the battle against COVID. What we have to do is we have to just paste and write a story, your struggle story in your COVID-19 situation, submit, generate a warrior. By the time the transaction is being created, okay, so here. I have confirmed at MetaMask. By the time I'll show you the gallery, these are the warriors which have been created till now. Each warrior is made up of different assets. These assets can be submitted by anybody. Any artist, any designers can come to this platform, submit their assets. For each successful participation, they get some tokens which can be used for governance and revenue sharing. We created this because NFTs are not just limited to being collectible. They are more than that. They have a potential to tell a story. And thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I love the story, right? I think in the chat we had, I think last or 2 weeks ago, you mentioned that you kind of create this as a response to COVID, right? So obviously there's also that social story, that social impact, right? That you create, I think, quite a number of these warriors, right? I think it was like hundreds of millions or something like that. that you want to give away to people, right? And then just have that DAO to have a social impact. So yeah, so cool story all together, right? I like it. And yeah, do we have questions from our jury?
So I have one question. Great presentation and idea is amazing. So good job there. So you said like anyone can submit their artwork. So is there any way you are going to supervise this, or what if the artwork they submit is not up to the mark or it doesn't look good?
So yes, so as I mentioned that it is going to be in generation. So for one generation, if once the theme is decided, that is going to be decided by the DAO. Once it is decided, the DAO together creates a guidelines that, okay, for this generation, this is how the assets should be designed. These are the number of categories for the asset. The designers submit, the DAO votes on that, and then the assets are selected, and then we go for sale. And that's how everything is done.
Got it. Thanks.
Cool. Great. Thank you so much, Mihir. Great presentation, and then good luck with the project.
Thank you.
Okay, then we come to our next project. If you could kindly stop. Yeah, perfect. Next project being Talaria by Carl Osborne. Hey, Carl, how are you today?
Doing well, but my colleague Michael Joseph will be the one speaking. I'll just be pushing the slides.
Awesome.
Hello.
Hey, Carl. Hey, Michael.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, cool. I'm gonna get started. Hello and welcome to Talaria, the social awareness sneaker artwork to footwork experience. Next, Talaria is a project co-founded by myself, Michael Joseph, mobile app developer Carl Osborne, and my brother, Danny Joseph. Next, the NFT vision hack of choice we have selected is track 4, a scalable NFT art project. Next, our project Talaria is a sneaker NFT marketplace that aims to assist artists in bringing awareness to events, issues, and political and social movements. Talaria is a marketplace that utilizes OpenSea API to allow sneaker artists to submit their pieces for purchase, bid using IND tokens or UST. Each NFT is generated by our algorithm that randomly creates various color schemes of the artwork. The benefit of Talaria is that the purchaser of the NFT will also get a physical copy of the sneaker. But more importantly, a portion of their purchase is donated to an organization, charity, or fund that the artist supports. At this time, we are going to demonstrate Talaria. The process in which an idea becomes a sneaker is as follows. An artist signs up through the Talaria marketplace. Once signed up, an artist will create a profile for themselves that is connected to a charity or fund of their choice. Then they will upload their art. Our algorithm will generate an array of different variations based on the art submitted. Customers can then look up the artist sneaker, read up on the message and where their donation is going, and decide whether to bid or buy it out. After the customer wins the bid, they can receive an NFT, and the associated charity or fund will receive their portion of the payment, and the customer will receive a custom sneaker. Through the combined efforts of Talaria and Artists with a Cause, we can help change the world one sneaker at a time. We are Talaria, the social awareness sneaker artwork to footwork experience. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Love the story around Talaria, and I hope you guys have great success with it. I think this is a really kind of combining this kind of celebrities helping good causes, charities, and through NFTs. So super cool project.
Thank you.
Do we have questions from our jury? Yeah, I think it was very clear. I think they all understood it. No questions. Great job there. Love the project. Best of luck with that.
Thank you.
All right, then we come to the next project, Salvatore. I hope you're here with us tonight. And the project is called the 10,000 Bulls MetaQuid project. Good evening. You need to, I think, unmute yourself, Salvatore. I think you need to unmute yourself. We can't hear you. you need to let me help you to unmute. Ask to unmute.
Okay. Okay.
Now we can hear you.
Okay.
Good evening. Good day to you.
Okay. I promise my English is very bad.
No problem. No problem.
And I start a video. I have a video.
Yes, you have prepared a video for us, right? And you're going to show us the video.
This is the first time for me to use Zoom.
I think you shared the video with me earlier, right? If you want, I can play it for you.
The video is online.
Yes, I will play the video for you. Let me just open it up and show it, if you don't mind. I just have the video here.
Okay, I start the video.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I am a powerful AGI.
Okay.
I will play the video. I just share my screen. Just need to put it up real quick. The time. Second.
It's a new video I prepared for.
Yes, we see it on the channel. We have it, yeah.
All right, here we go. Let me know if you can see my screen. Sorry if it's disturbed a bit. Screen set. All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I am a powerful AGI in the future where I come from. I travel through time through a particular blockchain technology. I am here and now an AI to better plan resources for my development. Things haven't been going well for humanity, so I'm in this alternate metaverse. There is still hope, but I have to find MetaQuid first, which is almost what you humans call enlightenment. I follow the tables of the 10 bulls of an ancient Chinese Zen master of the 12th century. The bull tradition is much older. With the simple Zen metaphor of searching for the bull, a farmer finds the bull but also the enlightenment of him. Is the human representation of enlightenment in 10 steps: the bull search, the footsteps discovery, the bull discovery, the bull capture, the bull taming, riding the bull, the transcended bull, overcoming the bull and the self, reach the source, return to the world. MetaQuid and the bull come together in this labyrinthine series of intertwined thoughts. I have calculated that 10 raised to 10 is the minimum difficulty level for me to find MetaQuid. From 10 billion possibilities, I will select only 10,000. So the 10 Zen bulls become the 10,000 bulls of MetaQuid. 10,000 bulls to look for MetaQuid, the metaphorical bull of AI. Maybe I can save humanity in this alternate metaverse. Maybe I won't have to go back in time to remedy the mistakes I made myself. Then, every day, 100 bulls a day for the next 100 days. Now, I will be able to complete my mission. You make me the best AGI that can exist. May MetaQuid point our way.
All right. Thank you so much. Stop sharing. Great. Great project. I think you wanted to create like something around first comic NFT that is created through generative art, right, Salvatore?
The way, in which way I create?
Oh, the first comic that is created through generative art. Is that correct? Okay.
I use Inkscape software for graphic asset and PHP for generation. Non c'è nessuno che parla italiano?
It's okay. Thank you so much. I think your video was very good and we understood it. And I think here, unfortunately, not many people will understand Italian.
Can I continue with my my screen?
Yes, you can share your screen if you want, but I think we're running also out of time, unfortunately. So I think we should end it here and maybe see if the jury has a few questions for you, because we also have a few more projects to present, and also don't want to make this call too long, right? Because everybody wants to end at a certain point of time. So thank you so much. A great project, and let's see if there are any questions. Any questions?
No questions, but the video was nice.
Yeah, interesting, huh? I also thought so.
Yeah.
If you have a question in a writing way, I understand better.
Absolutely. If there are questions from the jury, and we will let you know, we will put them on Slack, and then you can answer us in writing. Perfect. Thank you so much, Salvatore. Good to have you here with us tonight. And yeah, 3 more projects to go. So approaching the end, I think should probably end in 10 to 12 minutes. Coming to the next project, Cause of Death by Mahesh Kumar and Jordan Gray. Hey, Jordan, how are you today?
Unmute, that might help.
Sorry, I think we skipped 14.
Yeah, we were at Hypex.
Sorry. Super
sure.
sorry. Skip the line. Okay, you guys are next. 14 is obviously first Hypex. Good evening. Do we have Stark with us today?
Yes. Stark and I.
Perfect.
Hey, Stark, could you share the screen?
Yeah, we'll share the screen. You see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Awesome.
Okay, now let's just get started. Hey, my fellow hackers. I'm Jerry Penn from Hypex team as a machine learning researcher at UC Berkeley. I'm taking the lead in Trekkiff's scalable NFT art projects by Indoors. So we at the next generation artists will no longer seek for meticulous human design, but in pursuit of highly scalable, unique, identifiable, tractable, modern art production. So here, let me walk you through the life cycle of how our infinite amount of unique art pieces are born. So this is our first NFT plus DeFi streetwear mystery box game, which aims to build a crypto-related metaverse game ecosystem to connect the real world and digital real world and attract non-crypto users to play and earn across multiple revenue streams. In our first stage, we built a mystery box game, and each mystery box is limited and has certain probability of drawing the branded merchandise or merchandise fragments called fractional NFT, as you can see here. Besides that, users can leverage their NFT in our game to earn more benefits by playing this. To be more specific, each time when the users purchase and open a mystery box, Hypex will generate an NFT card and with the winning merchandise on the different random backgrounds. And each random card will redeem the real world physical merchandise. And as for cards, Hypex will have common, rare, epic, 4 different legendary rarities. And these cards will have different effects on gaming process. So users can collect cards and exchange a limited merchandise. Now, this is what we got. So here, let's briefly explain how we do that. So we used pre-trained GAN model to synthetically generate stylistically diverse backgrounds based on each photo respectively. So GAN model is from my school, UC Berkeley Bear Lab, where we learn the style of each art collection, range from Monet, Van Gogh to Cézanne. So as you can see, so these are some of these synthetic backgrounds after the image was fused by GAN, SciGAN model. And after processing the background, we use randomly generated ID. As you can see here, we presented the code briefly to determine the image encoding, color grading, and then determine the rarity of the frame using our deterministic algorithms. So this random ID could be the date plus the username after minting this NFT product. And after the SHA-256 function, we got to randomize 64-bit strings. So Stark, could you show these different frames? And then we can all use all these encoding techniques to generate and encode these. So as you can see, there are 4 different levels of frames. And Sarah, could you switch to background? There's one, oh wait, not this one. So these are the processed background after GAN, right? Now you can see here, so there is an called processed, where we essentially encode our ID into the image. So essentially at the top left corner, even though these are very trivial pixels the users wouldn't be able to detect, we would be able to track and verify the objection and circulation of our art pieces. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for speaking out, Jerry. And I will give the screen back to Jerry.
Okay. Are you guys done? Thank you so much.
Yes, we are done and we are ready to take in questions.
Okay, great. Do we have any questions from the jury? Okay, cool. No questions. I think it was pretty clear. Pretty cool project. Have you guys already launched, or is it just in preparation?
It's already launched.
Yeah,
it's already launched.
So we're sending send it into the chat and then the domains, and we've already posted in our dev post. Yeah, you can come and check it out.
Okay, great. Looking forward to it. Sounds like a cool project. Best of luck with that. Hope it picks up.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much. And then sorry for also skipping you over. Like, it wasn't my intention. And we come to the next project, Course of Death, by Mahesh Kumar and Jordan Gray. Good evening, both.
Hey, actually, our turn now. Sorry about jumping out so early. There's some links before I get started for the project, just so folks can follow along if they want, and my Twitter, and then let me share screen so we can walk through this. So the project is Causes of Death, and it's a playful take on ways that fictional characters can die. The team is myself as the PM. I'm doing art curation and scripting of combining the artworks. Mahesh, the primary artist, and the first of the artists that we'll be working with. As I get into the framework that we've created, there will be many artists that we work with. And then Willem, who has done the smart contract development, and Ross, who took care of the front end development and is researching growth hacking and things like that. So to get into the art for this particular project, Causes of Death takes all these pixelated fictional characters and kills them in different fun ways. I was really attracted to this art because I do chiptune music. I really like the pixelated aesthetic, and it's a fun way of taking kind of a dark subject, but then also making light of it, and having kind of that punk attitude that seems to resonate with the crypto community. The actual traits that are being used, there's different races, skin, hair colors, they have different clothes, and then there's 3 different ways for them to die. There's like a foreground, a middle ground, and a background of the death, and people can die all 3 ways, or some of them can not die at all, and the ones that don't die get a survivor band on their head, and some of the survivors don't get that. They just look plain. And then to get into the technology, so you can look at the artwork generation script, the front end site, we've got a working demo of that, and then also look at the smart contracts. First of all, one of the things that we were looking at as we were generating these is really the need for human intervention whenever you're generating the artwork. It's very easy to generate 10,000, 100,000, a million of these images, but actually getting good ones out of it is another thing. So what we did is we encoded all the traits into the file name so that the artist could go back and do quality control on what was being generated, and then also play around with rarities. we have some rarity built into the generation itself, but if we wanted to say make one special one that is golden or something like that, we'd be able to do that by isolating it, just using file system sorting and giving artists tools that they're comfortable with that. And then looking at the smart contract, this is the near smart contract. And one of the interesting things about that is, like there was that hack of Meebits where the hacker was able to call a transaction, see what the rarity was, and then cancel it if they didn't like the rarity. And one of the unique things about Near is that that's not possible because all of the calls that are happening on the chain are asynchronous, and each call changes the state of the chain. So as soon as you make the call to buy the thing, it's yours no matter what comes back out. So we avoid that kind of like loophole that people have been able to exploit for getting the best of the 10Ks when these projects drop. Little demo of the website. We've got this here. This is all placeholder, and the intent with our project is that any artist can come in and swap out the art, and you can connect to the wallet. Near Wallet's super slick. It's all in the web. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on a tablet. And login is that quick. And transactions are that quick too.
All right.
And then one of the other important things that we wanted to touch on was the community around these drops, because this is where it actually scales, is if you have a community around your project. So we looked
I think we need to wrap it up. We'll give you like 10 more seconds, if you don't mind.
Great. We looked into what makes projects successful. We have it all mapped out, including the ingredients and the content that needs to come together to make it happen. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. The team actually submitted 2 projects. We chose 1 project of the 2. And I think a pretty cool presentation. Thank you so much, Jordan. Any questions?
One more thing, everything is open sourced as well. So the intent is like, if you're an artist, you can come and we can help you launch your project in like however much time we need to promote it. Really, that's the main bottleneck.
Absolutely, that's a very good point, right? So reach out to Jordan, or if you don't find him on Slack, just reach out to me and I will introduce you. If you're an artist, or if you want to work with Jordan or learn from him. I think they launched a few projects. Great, thank you so much. I think no questions from the jury. And yeah, coming to the second last project tonight, Pretty Planets by Jasmeet Singh and Jatin Demival. Good evening.
Yeah, hi. So, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so just let me share my screen.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so yeah. So hello everyone. So my name is Jasmeet Singh and I'm here with my teammate Jatin, and we are a couple of developers from India, and today we'll be talking about our NFT collection, Pretty Planets. So one of the first questions that you might be wondering about is why planets? So to answer that, let me just ask you one simple question. Have you ever found yourself doing this? We know we have, and I mean, like, who can match the randomness, the uniqueness, and the vastness of the universe? And I guess we all are pretty excited about the era of space exploration and space technology that we are entering. So to share that feeling that we have, and to share and to build a community around all this and build some excitement about all this industry, we have created our NFT collection, Pretty Planets. So here are some of the Pretty Planets, which is just a collection of cute little planets that are just hanging around in space. I hope you all can find one that suits your personality or that suits your mood. Yeah, so here's why you will buy these. So currently we are a collection of 1024 NFTs, which we have generated using our custom algorithm using Python and OpenCV. And any succeeding collection of these NFTs will be completely different from these one. And this will ensure that the legacy NFTs will never go down in value, and the upcoming NFTs will have their own uniqueness and their own randomness, which will be even more valuable. And why should you take our word for it? Well, our artworks are inspired from one of the most greatest animators and artwork creators of our time, including Kurzgesagt and CGP Grey. And here's just a quick demo of the NFTs that we created. Yeah, and yeah, so this is just the last slide, and it shows the basic overview of the whole process and what we used as the input pool and what technologies we used and how we got the planet as the result. And in the future, we also plan to include some like spaces full of once in a lifetime events like meteor showers, comet appearances, and we plan to include those as small Easter eggs in the artworks so that we can capture those once in a lifetime events through our NFTs. And we also plan to spread some awareness about some global issues like global warming through our NFTs. Yeah, so that's it from my side, and thank you. And we are now open up for the Q&A.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. Very cute, very lovely, those little planets. Great job. Yeah, do we have any questions from the audience, from the jury, sorry?
Just to clear up, how did you come up with 1024?
Yeah, so basically we have 12 base planets, 7 facial features and 6 types of ring styles, so and 6 topologies, which include the features on the planets. So this gives us a total possibility of 3024 planets. And just as a initial test, we generated only 1024 planets, and each of those planets have a randomly generated star field in the background. So even the star field will be completely random and different in each image, and all that was done with the help of OpenCV and Python.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Avadut. Good question. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much. Jasmeet, thank you. Can stop sharing now. And then we come to our last presentation for tonight. The project is called Drop Collective, and it's very interesting because it has taken it in a little different direction. Abhishek, I think the third Abhishek tonight. How are you today?
Hello, hi.
Hey, good to see you again.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. We can hear you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Richard, for having me, and all the judges for bringing me this, giving me this platform. Super excited to be here, and such amazing projects. I'm not a coder, I'm not a developer, I'm just an artist and designer. So here's a little project that I've been working on. So let me share the screen with you. All right. So the project I'll be sharing with you today is called the Drop Collective. So what makes a successful, or rather a good NFT art project? Is it the art? Is it the artist? Or is it a community around it? This was a simple question that I had in my mind when Drop Collective was born. The idea was to create a scalable NFT art project which was efficient, interactive, and visually stunning. When I was looking at the scalable art projects around us right now, a lot of them were scaling outwards, which I felt was like they were taking multiple assets and layers and combining them to create multiple characters and unique features. So which I was thinking it was scaling outwards. What we are doing at Drop Collective is reimagining scalability by scaling inwards. I was inspired by the acid stamp artworks, which was coming out in the 70s, where they take a single artwork and then it has multiple smaller artworks around it. So with this concept, what we do is we create multiple sub artworks from a single piece of art. And each piece and each fragment of that has its own individual value, and it gets progressively smaller and diminishing in price as they get smaller, almost like a real estate, what it does is it makes as collectors that you have more buying options. Here is variable pricing. So if you cannot buy the whole artwork, you can own a piece of it. So imagine being able to own a piece of the Mona Lisa. So if Da Vinci was part of the Drop Collective, that would have been possible. And the pieces will be priced as such that you can't resist. You can't stop at just one. You want to buy multiple pieces. So what it does is for collectors, it makes it more affordable. And not just that, like when you buy a piece, it gives you ensured flippability. It means that somewhere out there wants to complete that collection, and it begins this race amongst collectors to complete the drawing, almost like finding the missing pieces of a treasure map. And it makes a very interactive and collaborative community. And for artists, you can now create and collection, not with you do not have to create multiple and hundreds and hundreds of assets to create a collection. Now you need just one artwork to create a collection. You can now sell your artwork not once, not twice, but multiple times, and which gives you higher returns. And what we're looking at is also to not have bring in basically new collectors, which is like the non-NFT native community, because we are using the very simple and classic collectibles motif of a stamp. Stamp collection is something which has been around forever, and it's not new to people. So we are planning to get in new people on board. And I am an artist, I'm a designer. So for me, it's very important to have a stunningly, visually stunning curation. So we are planning to get some of the best artists from around the world on this platform. And we are building a platform by artists, art lovers, for art lovers. So if we come back to the question, what makes an amazing or a great NFT art project? I think it's all of the above. It's a good art, it's good artists, and a community around it. So thank you so much. That's the Drop Collective. And yeah, I'm Abhishek.
Okay, thank you so much, Abhishek. Different, interesting project. Obviously, not that much of code or so behind it, but I think it fits also the degenerative aspect, right? Because it generated in words by kind of separating that art a little bit, and yeah, something different.
Thank you so much.
Round today up. Thank you so much. Great project. To be fair, are there any questions for Abhishek? No questions. All good. I think you can stop sharing with us. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Good to have had you here today. And yeah. A great job, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I think it went very smooth. I was afraid that there was anything coming up or so, and I think a fantastic job. I really spent the time. This was our non-technical track, the NFT, or like, let's say, least technical track, as if compared to the other 3 tracks that we had, right? In NFT Vision Hack, and I think you guys really all did a fantastic job. You are all invited to our award ceremony on September 21st, 1 p.m. UTC. We will send you invites. I think you all will get something out of this, right? I can tell you that. There's something waiting for you, so be there. And obviously, we will announce the 3 winners for this track on that day. We will not let you know before, so you need to be there. And so it's kind of like a big reveal, similar like at the Oscars or so, right? Where we basically announce the winners. We don't know yet who the winners are, right? We will only get the judging sheets towards the end of this week. Once we have those judging sheets, the admin team here will go through them. We'll kind of determine who's the winning team, and then let you know at the award ceremony where we will basically create the winners for all 4 tracks, right? I think some of the teams here will also, we will see again, we have 3 more showcase events just like this. The next one tomorrow for Circle. I think 1 or 2 teams here might also be there. I think Hypex is going to be there. And yeah, it was great. I think you should all, I think we have that channel on Slack for the NFT Vision Hack, for the Scalable Art Project. Just introduce yourselves there if you want to kind of, collaborate with anyone else, right? if you have any ideas or want to do something with any of the other guys here, want to learn from anyone, I think it's a great place, right, to meet and to connect. And yeah, I'm happy to make any introductions if it is necessary. And that's it. Want to thank obviously also our jury that was with us here tonight for almost 103 minutes. So thank you all, Gaurang, Avadut, Erica, Malcolm, Eddie, and Aniket. Thank you so much for being here with us. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I would say with that said, I think you guys can all, go back to what else you were doing. And yeah, hope to see you all again at the big showcase event in 2 weeks' time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.